atmosphere we aim most for is one of openness, welcome, and hospitality. The simplest things like a cup of coffee or my mother's secret cocoa recipe. We work really, really hard to say, come on in, have a seat. Whoever you are, whoever God has made you to be, know that you are welcome here.
It's Lutheran in theology and practice, but ultimately everybody is unconditionally welcomed here.
I don't know, just like meeting all the people. I don't know, it was like an instant group of friends, I guess. So that was really fun, and I didn't really expect that.
I just really like the fellowship that we have. We all come here at random times and do random things. Sometimes on Wednesday nights we turn on music and swing dance or do disco dancing. And I just really like having friends who I can be silly around.
Just how it's a very family atmosphere. Every time I come here, I feel very welcomed.
I like your terminology.
I don't know, I just really enjoy having things to do all the time, and if you need a place to come, you can come here and chances are we'll be doing something.
I'm most thankful for the people at Campus Lutheran. They're great, they're funny. It's a lot more honest than I think probably in most typical congregations.
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Sunday, we have different events going on here, and I really look forward to it.
We do Wednesday evening is a very simple prayer. You have 8 minutes to get here after your night class is out. Lots of candles, as little light bulb light as we can manage. We pray for the nations of the world. We spend time in silence. We do simple chants that anyone can learn.
Even if you try your hardest during the week to just take time for prayer, sometimes you don't make the time, you don't get that time. So just to have that quiet time, even if it's just the 5 minutes.
It's more subdued. We dim the lights and just kind of softer music. It's nice.
Especially for me, it's just a time where you can kind of forget about the other things. You can kind of leave the stress for a little while and just sit and be with God.
Coming here and relaxing is really something I need.
This huge sweeping romantic gesture in which John Cusack stands in the middle of the street with a boombox.
There's quite a few people here who, this is just where they like to go. They don't really care about these different denominations. It's just a good Christian center.
Many of our students are lifelong Lutherans. Many of them are not. Many of them they come to us as delightfully eccentric smatterings of sometimes 3 or 4 different faith traditions. So we get a lot of questions here about why Lutherans do this, what Lutheranism means.
I really like that I can come here and ask Pastor Rachel any question, and she will somehow figure out how to give me an answer.
And I just kind of grew up knowing that I was Lutheran, but not really thinking about it, and so I've more come to terms with what my beliefs actually are, like as an individual as opposed to underneath my parents.
No, being here, it's different, especially when you start hearing ideas and then hearing the questions that people ask, because sometimes it's something that you wouldn't have ever thought of, or it's something that you thought was obvious, and then they come up with a good way to kind of challenge that idea.
She is able to be a pastor in a very open atmosphere where she'll give you honest advice. So I'm very thankful for Pastor Rachel.
Once you find the answers to them, your faith deepens, and it's just having Campus Lutheran here to help me through all of that. It makes it a lot easier.
So when you get to go on these alternate spring break mission trips for a week, and you go to the inner city and you get to experience part of what these people go through on a daily basis and just learn about it, not only do you become more compassionate as a human being for other people, but it really serves to make you appreciate what you have all that more.
It's like we went to a huge facility for people who are homeless or are needing to find jobs, and we got to rebuild a garden.
We went to Minneapolis, and that was an awesome experience because it was a urban immersion type of thing, and so we got to work with homeless people and listen to their stories. maybe an unusual group of people with an unusual pastor were able to come together and do church. So, in probably a very unconventional setting.
I firmly believe I have one of the best calls in the church. I get to watch extraordinary young adults be the church in the world.